With England's T20 World Cup campaign now done and dusted after a close loss to India in the semi-finals, questions would naturally shift as to what exactly is coming next for the side. And much like India, they too are a team that are coached by an absolutely massive personality. If India have Gautam Gambhir at the helm, then England have Brendon McCullum, the man who has had his imprints largely over English cricket for at least the past 3 to 4 years, albeit with some very mixed results. Because whilst the peaks have been very high, the lows have often been excruciatingly painful for the English team. Naturally, now that they were unable to win the tournament and there was already pressure on him after their dismal showing in the Ashes Down Under, it has led to questions being asked in the press conferences as well as within the English media. Should Baz actually be continuing on? Well, Baz himself did address this particular question and he made clear that in no uncertain terms he was keen to carry on. This is what he had to say. He said, "Look, I love the job. It's a great job. I would love to carry on, so we will see what unfolds over the next little while." So from Baz's part, the intention is clear. Having been named England's coach across all formats, he's keen to continue on because he's having a good time in the role, and truth be told, it's easy to understand why. He has a lot of autonomy and control over the side. A lot of the players are players who he's worked on and improving, and truth be told, again, it is a cushy job to be having within the cricketing world. But how exactly do the players feel about it? Obviously, there's a lot of players there who have actually made it into the England side, thanks largely due to consistent backing from Baz and co. And so, therefore, it should be no surprise that England's T20 captain Harry Brook made it very clear that he personally felt that Baz should continue on. He said that, look, the things he's done over the 4 years that he's took over has changed English cricket for hopefully the best. In fact, when Brook was quizzed after this and said that, are you going to be talking to the ECB and saying to keep him on? He said 125%. What that means is, listen, if the captain is saying it, you best know that a majority of the squad, if not everyone, would be behind keeping Baz as well, which again is nice, and it shows that at the very least Baz hasn't lost the dreaded dressing room that tends to happen with a lot of coaches who end up getting the sack. However, the question really to be asked is that at what point do England reach the stage and realize, listen, it's not quite working out with Baz. England are one of the top 3 richest cricket boards in the world, the part of the big 3 with India and Australia. And truth be told, anything other than success, at least occasional success, if not regular success, shouldn't be seen as anything to be proud of. Baz took over in 2022, but they failed to make the WTC final of 2023. Once again failed to make the WTC final of 2025, and as things stand, seem destined to not make the WTC final of 2027 as well. On top of that, they drew a home series to India, were humiliated in the Ashes Down Under, and test results, it's safe to say, have nosedived with the exception of teams who you'd expect England to beat. And now they've not even gone on to win the T20 World Cup, despite actually giving or having a team that's good enough and coming mightily close in the semis. That in itself should be construed as another failure. What exactly is it going to take for the English Cricket Board to realize that maybe this isn't working out? Are they waiting for a failure in the ODI World Cup as well? Because don't forget, that is next year. If that happens at this point in time, it seems highly unlikely that he'd survive. But even though he wants to continue and the players seem happy, don't forget there is also an inquiry going on into the Ashes debacle. So who really knows, in a few days' time, we might very well be seeing that Baz has been relieved of his duties, at least in one format, if not all 3. But what are your thoughts on Baz staying on in England? Should he stay? Should he leave? Should he be asked to leave? Let us know that in the comments below. And don't forget, as always, to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon. Follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.